From Creamer Media in Johannesburg, this is the Real Economy Report. Air Traffic and Navigation Services unveiled its new 3D air traffic control simulator in October. Henry Lazenby reports.
South Africa's sole air traffic operator, Air Traffic and Navigation Services, or ATNS, during October unveiled its new high-technology three-dimensional air traffic control simulator at its training college in Kempton Park. Transport Minister Dr. Sibusiso Ndebele said at the cutting of the ceremonial ribbon that the new simulator would bring the possibility of pursuing a career as an air traffic controller closer to the South African public.
Today, through the ATNS, we are saying the aviation industry cannot be sustainable if the skills that are needed to this sector are not developed in time. The identification of scarce skills within the aviation sector is critical, so that the relevant training is located within the framework of the demanding and technically advanced areas.
ATNS CEO Patrick Dlamini told Engineering News that the real value of the aerodrome simulator by far outweigh its financial costs.
The value of this tool is huge. It increases our training capacity. It increases our ability to simulate almost every possible situation that an air traffic controller could be faced with in a live position. So it enhances our program in terms of increasing the level of safety and making sure that by the time an air traffic controller goes to a live position, that person has been exposed to almost every possible solution that he or she might come across in a live position. So it's extremely high in terms of its value to us, and in that we are able to create any airport through this simulator. We can create a Cape Town airport environment, we can create a Durban airport environment, we can even create a Nigerian airport environment, so that when you're training students from Nigeria, they can be able to practice their own environment and what they are likely to come across in the live position when they go back to their countries.
The ATNS had entered into a partnership with Airways New Zealand, which developed the software and hardware specifications the new simulator required. ATNS provided the hardware, which was procured and manufactured in South Africa. ATNS board chairperson Captain Mpho Mamashela explains.
The equipment used by Air Traffic Navigation Services is highly specialized, and we were procuring that from Europe 100%. And it therefore meant that the people in South Africa who've got those engineering skills and know-how were totally excluded, because they were not in line of being able to produce some of those equipment. So whenever we had a requirement to replace our equipment or upgrade it at multiple million rands worth of contracts, those contracts were exclusively for foreigners. And that became something that we felt we needed to change. As well as our president, as well as our minister, is very passionate about the empowerment and creation of jobs locally in South Africa. So what my board and I did was, we made it part of the policy to say, listen, gone are those days. From now on, if you want to make our money, have our money, you need to commit to South Africa. The partnership with New Zealand is a wonderful thing, because they realized and understood what we were about. And what I can say to you is that this partnership is not about just a financial exchange, it's about a long-term relationship. So from now going forward, because of their commitment, because of their understanding and the dedication they've done in terms of making sure that we achieve those goals, and the fact that we train South Africans and that we are at this milestone that we are at today, has really for me met my expectation. I actually excelled beyond that. And I can say this to you, is that the relationship with South Africa's ATNS and Airways New Zealand is going to be a long and fruitful one.
I am Henry Lazenby for Creamer Media, Johannesburg.
Other news making headlines this week: a local university sees reality TV as a way of promoting engineering innovation. South Africa should showcase its low-carbon investment opportunities at COP17, and commuter television channel Massive TV launches a 3G offering. The University of Johannesburg School of Electrical Engineering has started preparations for the South African Solar Challenge 2012 race by experimenting with a few cars powered by renewable energies.
This involves having 3 cars, or developing 3 cars. One is a solar-driven car, one is driven by fuel cell, hydrogen, driven by hydrogen, and then the third one is using a turbine engine to drive a generator that then drives a battery, and then we have our car. And these 3 cars are then used to race, and the best car we will use then to go forward towards our entry into the 2012 race.
South Africa, as the host of the 17th Conference of the Parties meeting in Durban later this month, should use the climate change gathering as an opportunity to demonstrate to the world that it's ready for investment in a low-carbon economy.
Countries like South Africa need to be part of this. So as hosts, this is a real opportunity for South Africa to demonstrate and promote the actions it has been taking and continues to take, to underline what can be achieved and to just demonstrate the country is ready for investment and finance in the low-carbon sphere.
Commuter television network Massive TV has launched the Massive 3G TVM, which combines the latest generation of broadcasting capabilities to deliver television content to any mobile platform.
Massive 3G TV technology utilizes the extensive 3G network to transmit content to custom designed players in vehicles that we've installed. We use custom designed and written software to provide two-way communication, which allows us tremendous flexibility from an advertiser's perspective and from a content perspective, and gives us tremendous control over our vehicles and broadens our footprint to a national base.
That's Creamer Media's Real Economy Report. Join us again next week for more news and insight into South Africa's real economy.